What's up, y'all? It's Courtney Armani, and welcome to my channel, Courtney. Today we're gonna get into a real juicy subject. We're gonna be talking about dating in 2022, and honestly, it's a lot to talk about. So first, I want to go ahead and jump into my top 10 non-negotiables, and I feel like a list of things that you like and what you don't like, or what you're looking for, are definitely good when you're out here looking for somebody, or you're just dating, period. It gives you a good standard on who you would deal with and who you wouldn't deal with. I feel like it'll cut out a whole lot of BS or a whole lot of mess when you're dealing with people if you just know what you want. Don't play no games. Be honest with people, especially with what you're looking for, So here we go. My first one would be, they definitely have to be good with children. I have a kid, so it's just like, if you don't like kids or you team fuck them kids, different strokes for different folks. It's just not for me. So definitely, especially if you have a child, make sure they like kids before you go all the way, because a lot of people be dealing with people who don't even like their kids, and y'all be thinking these kids are lying. Like, no. No. And plus, kids sense vibes as well. So if your child acting like they don't like this person, listen, take heed to what they're saying. Definitely don't ignore your children's feelings when it comes to your significant other. So another one of my non-negotiables is you have to be smart. I feel like if we can't have a good conversation or a high level conversation, it's not gonna get far. Like, cut the small talk. I don't want to talk about the little stuff all the time. And I feel like a lot of the small talk should be done in the beginning. So it's just like, when I say the beginning, like day 1 or 2, like after day 1 or 2, it's just like, all right, cut the small talk. Like, oh, what else you want to talk about? Like, can we talk about what's going on in the world? Like, how's life going for you? Like, I want to get to know the real you when I'm talking to somebody. So it's just like, you can only get to know so much with small talk. I feel like you have to definitely be able to hold a good conversation. Like, not only can we talk about conspiracy theories, can we talk about science theories? Can we talk about God? Can we talk about how the world works? I just feel like those are things that are important to me. Just being able to hold a good conversation. Another one would definitely be, you would have to be emotionally stable, or emotionally mature. Like, honestly, I don't want nobody who's insecure. Like, an insecure man it's such a turn off. Like, it's such a turn off. I don't want you to have to always be accusing me or worrying about my whereabouts. That's very unattractive, like a red flag. And plus, on top of that, like, when I say emotionally mature, like, able to convey your feelings. Like, if you feel a certain way, you should be able to say that, and vice versa. Like, don't hold it in. And I need for you to be able to communicate your feelings effectively. And that's not always as easy as said done, but I feel like if you're trying, I can work with that. Like, if you're trying, I can work with that. But if you just one of those people with one of those walls up, like, it's not gonna work. Like, for me personally, it's not gonna work. And I feel like you get the sense of that early on as well. Like, if this person has a wall up, do you like this person enough to break that wall down, or are you gonna move on? Me personally, I'm moving on. So next on my top 10 non-negotiables, you have to have some type of motion. And I know we're young and we don't all have it together right now, but I feel like you got to be at least trying, like, putting some type of effort to your dream, your goal. Like, do you got a goal? Do you got a plan for your life? Like, I feel like sitting around the house all day not thinking about nothing, not doing nothing, not thinking about the future, it's setting yourself up for failure. I need somebody that has a plan for themselves. Like, not even with me, like, just for yourself, like your life goal. You have to have some type of motion and be working towards that. I'm not saying have it all together, but at least be trying. Like, have some motion, Another one would be to have a positive attitude, a positive outlook on life. Like, you can't be down around me. Like, I don't want no sad bodies around me. I need that shit over there. I leave it all over there. So that brings me to my next one. I like to have fun. I like to try new things. I need to be with somebody who like to try new stuff as well. Like, you have to be open to doing new things, or just having fun. Like, we don't got to sit in the house all the time, and going out don't mean necessarily spending a whole lot of money either, or spending money at all. Like, we could just go out and fucking ride bikes, you know, like do some type of outdoor activity, or just go out and to a movie or eat, you know, like, let's go have some fun. Like, shit, let's go bungee jumping. I really do want to do that though. I'm scared as fuck, but it's definitely on my bucket list. So when I get the courage, I'm going. Another one is, you gotta believe in God. Like, if you don't believe in God, you are atheist, or no, we ain't even gonna talk about it. You gotta believe in God. Period. I'm a good leader, definitely. I need somebody who, well, not need, but I would want somebody who would, you know, be a strong leader. No woman wants a man, I ain't gonna say no woman, but me personally, I don't want a man who I feel like I can't follow. Like, if it came to we're in a serious relationship and we getting married and you can't lead this family, what are we doing? If I can't trust your judgment, if I can't trust your thinking, what are we doing? You know, and I feel like a lot of women don't say it, but women be wanting to be submissive, and it's hard to be submissive to someone who isn't that dominant force or that dominant man. Like, it's hard, especially in this day and age when women have such power and such empowerment in the community and in society. It's just like, we be needing that, you know, like, we be needing that. We be wanting to have that space to be soft, you know, with our man. We be wanting to be all up under y'all sometimes, but it's just like, a lot of the times y'all be giving them little feminine ways, and be like, I don't want to hear y'all fussing at me or cussing at me about something like that I didn't even do. Or, you know, like I said, it brings me back to insecurities. Like, insecure man, that's a feminine trait, I'm telling you. So yeah, definitely women like to be led, and that's definitely something I look for. I'm a strong woman, but I would love to have that soft space with my man, and I would like to feel safe enough to where I can trust him to lead, you know. Definitely my next one is gonna be a big one. A big one that probably should have been like at the top of the list, but we ain't gonna talk about it because, anyways. My next one is sexual compatibility. Like, if you don't hit that spot, you got to go. You got to go. And a lot of people, they try to say, oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. Yes, the fuck it do. Yes, it do. Because if you ever been with somebody and they not satisfying you in that way, and it's just like, yeah, you nice, you cool, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work, because at the end of the day, my needs are not being met. And then I would hate to have to go somewhere else and still be committed to you. So it's just for the best of both worlds. I feel like if we get to the point where we are having sex and it's bad, I should be honest enough, or you should be honest enough to say that, you know. And I feel like a lot of people, that's why a lot of people be cheating, because they can't be honest enough about it. Like, how you tell somebody that their sex is bad? Well, I mean, you just tell them. Like, honestly, you just tell them, like, I don't like how you're doing this. Like, give them a chance at least to fix it, you know. Like, me personally, I would if I like the person, like, if we fucking, I like the person, so it's just like, I would give them a chance to redeem itself. But it ain't no third time the charm. Like, the second time you out, like, we not doing this. We not. No, so definitely sexual compatibility is big. A lot of people, they don't like to say it, you know, and that's why a lot of people be cheating. But I'm just like, I'd rather it be said than for you to cheat on me with some other bitch because you feel like, oh, her sex is better. Say that. Leave me. By all means, leave me. because I'm going to leave you.
I think I'll be the bigger man now and walk away. Walk away.
My next one, you gotta be funny. I love to laugh. I love to have a good laugh. That's about it. Like, shit, can you make me laugh? Can we laugh together? Like, can I send you a funny tweet or something? Or if I say something corny as fuck, are you gonna laugh? Or are you just gonna be like, no party poopers. No party poopers. No, I don't want nobody that's serious all the time. I'm a goofball. So yeah. That's really about it for my top 10 non-negotiables. And like I said, I just feel like you have to have non-negotiables when you're dating, because it just doesn't make no sense to be out here dealing with people that you don't find compatible with you. A lot of these came from learning from my past. Definitely, like I say, you live and you learn, and sometimes you don't know, and sometimes you got to go through a bad relationship to be like, oh yeah, I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want that, but as you get older, your non-negotiables are gonna change. Like, shit, I might do another one of these in about a year. Shit, dating in 2023, and some of these might not even be the same. I mean, a lot of them might, because it's definitely dealing with character. I'm definitely looking for a genuine person. Like, when dating, I'm looking for somebody that's genuine versus somebody who can, give me this, that, and the third, or somebody who looks good on my shoulder. Like, shit, look at me. Everybody look good on my shoulder. But nah, like, all jokes aside, definitely, like, you gotta learn from your past. And now we're gonna jump right into our second segment of the topic, which is the dating climate. Oh, I feel like the dating climate is extremely hot. Like, protect yourself hot. Like, honestly and truly, it's so much shit going around. You can't afford to not protect yourself. So, go to your local CVS, your local Walgreens, or if you can't afford condoms, shit, go to the health department. I mean, they still give them out for free. So you can definitely go to your local health department and get some condoms. Protect yourself, birth control, whatever you need to protect yourself, do it, and don't let nobody guilt you into not protecting yourself, because you know what's best for you. So don't let nobody guilt you into doing something you don't want to do. That's actually another topic we can talk about too, because stealthing is real. We can definitely talk about it. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're going to talk about the dating climate. I feel like today's millennials, are we considered millennials? Who the fuck are the millennials? Well, people my age range, that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like the 23, the 20, 29, not 30, but not quite 30, but you're still 20, like in your 20s, 20-year-olds and up. I feel like a lot of people's standards now are low and shallow. I ain't gonna say low, but shallow, definitely. A lot of people are looking for surface level things to satisfy them, what a person can bring for them, what to them, what a person can do for them. And I just feel like it's whack. A lot of relationships have become so transactional, and I feel like that's based off of hurt. Hurt people hurt people. A lot of people don't know how to let go of their past, and they carry that into the next relationship. I feel like it's very important as people to learn how to let go of things that have hurt us. And it's easier said than done, but I feel like it's not impossible. If you put the effort in, you really can. And a lot of people go through stuff that is hard to go through, but I feel like we shouldn't let that determine how we go about in the world. We shouldn't look like what we've been through. If I look like what I've been through, man, like, woo, like, I got stories to tell, but it's just like, you live and you learn, and you can't help but live and learn. So why would you bring that to the next relationship? You're only setting yourself up for failure in that relationship because you can't let go of what somebody did to you 10, 20 years ago. Well, shit, we only 20 and shit. Somebody did to you in kindergarten. Like, bro, she broke your heart in kindergarten. Let it go. let that shit go. You gonna sit around and fuck around on beaches for the rest of your life, but y'all use that as an excuse, as a crutch. Like, you know good and well you is not heartbroken about little Susie breaking your heart in elementary school. You was not still heartbroken about that. You dealing with other demons. And I feel like that's why it's important for people to not involve themselves in a relationship or dating period if you're not emotionally stable. You know, deal with your demons. You know, deal with that. At least you shouldn't rely on your partner to be responsible for healing you. And I feel like that's why a lot of transactional relationships exist. You know, a lot of people are feeling shallow within themselves, so they go look for other people to fill that need. Like, oh, you know, for whatever reason you dealing with this old ass man. It might be what you like, but a lot of the times it ain't what people like. Why are you dealing with this old ass man and you sitting here 19, this man like 55? Come on now. I mean, to each his own, but not my cup of tea. Different strokes for different folks. But I'm just saying, I think it's weird. But I feel like that's why a lot of things transpire though. Like, a lot of people be dealing with their own shit and they just find comfort in certain transactional relationships. Like, this person only wants you for sex, you only want him for money. It's the perfect transactional relationship. And some of them relationships be lasting though. Like, let's be real. Like, sometimes that shit be working for people, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's not real. And all fake things will crumble. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not gonna last. And if it do last, it's not gonna last for long. So it's just like, why even involve yourself in more trauma? You're adding on to the trauma when you do stuff like that. Like, go ahead and heal from that. Come up with your top 10 non-negotiables so you can weave out what you'll deal with and what you won't deal with. You know, and I feel like from there you can build. You learn what you like and you can build from that, and it decreases the level of shallow relationships because you start to get to know people more. You start to get to know yourself more. And I feel like if people just got to know themselves more and were more honest about how they were feeling, especially when it comes to dating, you know, a lot of things would be so much more simpler. But like I said, it's easier said than done. So hopefully my words, you know, encourage people to just be honest. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're dealing with somebody and you feel like, well, I'm at a stage in my life where I want to deal with Bianca, Jessica, and Sandy, but I also like John too, like, that's your prerogative, you know. But be honest enough to say that. Be honest enough to say that, because you never know how these other people are feeling, and they might be okay with that. You know, you have to give people the option to choose what they want to do, you know. So that's why I feel like that's another big reason for you to be honest and emotionally stable enough to communicate your feelings effectively, you know. And I feel like that's why that causes trust in the community. Like, everybody don't trust nobody, like, and that's just the sad truth about it. Nobody trusts nobody, and we all sitting around like that's the norm, like it's okay. And I'm like, at the end of the day, you're gonna need somebody. You have to have somebody you can trust. And I'm like, you don't necessarily have to have somebody you can trust when it comes to dating. I'm just talking about like in relationships in general, like your friends, your family. You have to be able to trust, and I feel like you build that trust with your family and your friends. And a lot of people be having family PTSD, friend PTSD, and don't be able to trust, and they bring that into dating, and they bring that to their significant other. You know, you can't do that. So I encourage, you know, like, if you don't have nobody to talk to, you know, I ain't gonna say find somebody, but let it out, you know, like, or find somebody who, you know, well, at least one person you could tell, even if you don't know that person, shit, go to church if you're scared, you know. But honestly, like, if you don't got nobody to talk to, you know, go find somebody to talk to. And even if it's somebody you don't know, you know, but you know they're not going to repeat it back, or somebody you don't really, you know, I'm not saying they're not going to repeat it back, like I said, like a therapist, or you go to church, honestly, you know, or just a counselor or a mentor or somebody, you know, that you can vent to. And it's okay, you know, just find somebody that you can trust to build that trust, you know. Start doing little things. I don't trust people fully, and I'm not ashamed to say that, but I'm working on it. You know, I'm definitely working on just being more open. Just being more open, like, with myself and people, like, and I feel like to give a little, you have to get a little. To get a little, you got to give a little. You have to, so you just can't have this brick wall up and then expect people to trust you. Like, no, you got to give a little to get a little. So definitely working on trust is something I am doing in all aspects of my relationship. Just because you don't talk to this person for a certain amount of hours don't mean they out doing something. You know, they could simply just be busy like they said they're going to be. And even if they didn't say it, don't automatically jump to the conclusion, oh, they out here doing some sneaky stuff. Like, they might not be. They might just really be living their life, and life gets hard. Not even get hard. Life gets busy. We grown. We all understand that. All right, y'all. So the last thing I want to talk about tonight is forcing vibes. Please, 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 please. Stop forcing that shit. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Like, if she done cheated on you 3 or 4 times, or if he done cheated on you 3 or 4 times, why keep going back? I love him, and he gonna keep gonna cheat again. He gonna cheat again. She gonna cheat again every single time. Like, I feel like cheating is definitely a choice. Even if you don't get that serious, like, we ain't even talking about, like, relationship wise. Like, if you out dating and you with somebody and the vibes are off, like, go with your intuition. Like, I promise you, intuition don't lie. And if that something is off in the beginning, or you get to where you're talking to the person and you gotta talk yourself into liking them, don't be with them. Honestly and truly, like, you should get that vibe. Like, when you see this person, like, your heart should race. Like, you should just want to be with them. That's the vibe that you should have. Like, when you're dealing with somebody, if you get that kind of standoffish vibe, or you feel like y'all should just be friends, go with that. Don't sit there and intertwine your soul with somebody who should have just remained a friend because you wanted to force that vibe. You wanted to force that connection that shouldn't have been there. Like, a lot of the times, dudes will tell you without telling you that they're not that into you. Like, if a guy not hitting you up like you think he should, or you expressing your feelings about how you feel, and he just kind of, that's cool. Nah, for real, that's cool that you feel like that, but that's not what I'm here for. You know, and that's just a polite way of saying it. And a lot of dudes not going to tell you. If the vibe's not there, sis, don't force it. Like, your intuition not lying. If you feel like he fucking with somebody else, he probably is, especially if it's early on. I mean, honestly and truly, you can't expect nobody to stop fucking with who they fucking with if y'all not on that yet. But at the same time, I feel like if you're dating somebody, you should be on that. So it's just like, what's the point? You know, if that's what you want, let it be known and let me decide for myself. Don't force vibes. You know, that goes with being honest. If I'm on this and you on that, I'm gonna let you know what I'm on. You let me know what you want, and if we not on that, we can be friends. Simple. You know, and I feel like that's where a lot of tension come in between a lot of males and females, because y'all be trying to force shit. You know, a lot of relationships happen. That's exactly what I should have said, relationships, because it shouldn't have happened. You know, a lot of relationships don't last because they weren't set up to last to start with. Like, they weren't meant to be to start with. You know, and I definitely learned the lesson of that. Like, if it won't meant to be, it's not going to meant to be. No matter what you do or how much you do to keep that relationship, it's never going to be, because it's not ordained. It's not for you. You know, so definitely 2022, 2023, and from here on out, the rest of our lives, ladies, let's stop forcing vibes. If the vibes aren't there, move on. It's 7 billion people in the world. I promise you, you're going to find somebody that's on the same wave as you. And a lot of the times, it might happen when you least expect it. So just be yourself, and you're going to attract the energy that you need to attract anyway. You know, so definitely don't force vibes. So that is it, my ladies. That is it. Definitely, I need for y'all to tune in next week for my next video. I won't reveal the topic until Tuesday, so definitely stay tuned on Twitter and Instagram. I'm gonna have my tag right here. Join the conversation, get involved, get active. I really want to know y'all thoughts on dating in 2022 and so on and so forth. Let me know what you think. Bye.